that is what is associated with the ego.
Right.
So life after life, you carry on your purva karma, and so that's attached to the ego.
The one that transmigrates from one body to another is the ego. Or call it jiva. That is where doership is there. That's when that performs actions. That's when that reaps the results.
But Swamiji, you made an interesting comment that it's the consciousness which identifies with the body, which is the ego. Consciousness is truly attributeless.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at it from that aspect, ego is really very limiting, very limited. So, and the flip side is that everything is consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just trying to rationalize it in my mind.
So ego is a notion. Consciousness, feeling limitedness is ego. So the notion goes away, then what remains is consciousness, which is what is not there to begin with. So I am consciousness, thinking that I am just a human being, confined to this body. I was born, I'm going to die. So something is born, the body is born. Something is going to die, the body. But that birth and death that belong to the body are taken to the mind. Like an actor who puts on the costume of beggar, identifies the costume and thinks that I am a beggar. So when he thinks I am a beggar, he remains a millionaire. So that I am a beggar is a notion. Something similar. That's very comforting. What is most comforting is that even though I feel a sense of limitation, even though I find myself unhappy, that it is not real. That even though I feel limited, that limitation is not real. In reality, I am free from limitation. I have to discover that fact. That is true. That I am limitless becomes meaningful to me when I discover that fact. But even when I have not discovered, it is like I am still 15-year-old and somebody has a big, property in my name when I am 21. So I still don't have it, but I know that it's going to be there. So I know that I feel limited, but I know that I am limitless and someday it will be. But that's my birthright. That's my reality. Even this thought is enough to release us from any sense of misery. That even though right now I feel I am limited, I admit that I am limitedness is not a reality as yet for me. But that is reality anyway. So what should I consider real? What I am feeling? What I really am? Why should I give reality to what I am feeling? At least this much I can do, not giving reality to my sense of limitation. And so that sense of limitation, whatever havoc it is causing to me, I can keep away from that. It's very important, very comforting. Story of the 10th man. He's searching for the 10th man, he is the 10th man. All these different stories are there to only demonstrate that it is achievement of what is already achieved. At least remember this phrase and repeat that. Achievement of what is already achieved. Meaning that achievement of limitlessness that is already achieved means that is already there in my nature. And that way, the sense of limitedness which weighs upon us, which ties us down, which makes us feel bound, that burden will much reduce when you remind yourself that this is not real. Even though I am feeling it is not real. The feeling may not go away. but the effect that the feeling has will be much reduced,
So, Swamiji.
Leaving?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Swamiji, then I need moksha when I'm living. Like body dies, Kshetra is gone, Kshetrajna is there, does ego survive all this?
Yes, it does. What happens is that Kshetrajna will identify with another Kshetra. The habit of identification remains. So even if this body goes away, that ego will identify with another body, which it has created by its own karma. So even when this body goes away, the next body is ready for me, which I have created by my karma.
Swamiji, Valmiki had demonic tendencies, and so did Duryodhana. What determines the path they're going to take? Is it prarabdha or free will?
It is a combination of both.
Undetermined.
Yeah. Valmiki was very lucky that he came across sage Narada, who guided him.
Do you call that luck or is that the prarabdha?
It's both. Luck and prarabdha are the same. His grace, you can call it. His past karma, you can call it. With his past karma, there is free will. With his grace, it is prarabdha luck. It's a combination of both. Meaning that you can call it either way. You can say it is free will because the action that he performed, with his free will in the past, resulted into this sage Narada coming to him. You can say that way. Or it's a grace that brought sage Narada to him. Now Lord Krishna went on his own to Duryodhana. Lord Krishna went to court of Duryodhana on his own as a messenger of peace and made proposal to Duryodhana for peace and refused to accept. I don't believe you. You are a magician. You are not God. Even though Lord Krishna demonstrated his cosmic form before him, say, arrest this magician. That is prarabdha.
Please talk a little more about prarabdha, the difference between prarabdha and free will, because I thought prarabdha is what the situations that come upon you because of your past actions. So, papa, punya, whatever. And free will is something that you have at all times. It's the thing that makes you decide which way to go. So the prarabdha sets up the infrastructure and free will is the driver of if you choose to use it.
In simple terms, you can say that what you meet with is prarabdha and the way you respond is free will. What you meet with is prarabdha, but you are not created it. The way you respond is a free will. However, what you meet with today is a result of what you did in the past through your free will. So past free will has resulted into the present destiny. In that sense, all free will. But somebody can ask, why did I do that at that time? In the past, why did I use my free will to perform karma like that? Because of destiny. So destiny made me do this and has created, so it's all destiny. So looking at it one way, it's all free will. Doing it another way, it's all destiny. That is why it is indeterminable. Anirvachaniyam. Meaning you cannot say it is so and so. But we use it both ways. If somebody says, I did it, he's proud, no, that's the prarabdha, that's the, So we know all prarabdha. So no, you have to do this. So sometimes people, they just give up their free will and depend upon prarabdha. Says, no, free will is the driving force. Somebody is very proud, says, no, it's grace that is working. Both are there. Where is the limit of free will? Where does the free will end? Where the destiny begins? You cannot say. All we can say is there is something called free will. It's not all destiny. So some freedom we have. Not a lot, but some freedom is there. Enough to negotiate ourselves through this forest of samsara and reach the destination. Like the freedom that you have with your vehicle on the road. You can't control other traffic. You can't control anything. You can only control your vehicle. And of course there can be lots of traffic jams, etc. But you have enough freedom to negotiate through the traffic to reach your destination. So that much free will we have, which can be wisely utilized to make right decisions, to help us proceed on the path of our destination. So that was why last night we said, this much free will you have, freedom you have, whether to become a giver or a grabber. Whether to use somebody or become useful. That much free will you have. Whether to be cruel or to be kind.
Swamiji, this is my thinking. KK, I do not see her as a bad person, but someone who was used to be an instrument for a specific purpose.
KK.
Not Prarabdha, but as if she was merely an instrument.
That's how it is shown, because in fact it is said that the Devatas wanted Lord Rama to go to forest so that this confrontation with Ravana can take place and Rama can kill Ravana. So only way that Devatas desires or what they wanted would happen is when this confrontation between Rama and Ravana. And Rama would not kill anybody unless there was an offense. So Ravana should commit an offense. So all that situation we created for that Rama should go to forest. And the only way that can happen is through Kaikeyi. So therefore they requested Goddess Saraswati to go to this Manthara and make them talk in certain way, turn the mind. So this is how it is presented as a scheme of Devatas. Otherwise, Kaikeyi loved Rama more than she loved Bharata. All of a sudden the mind changed. That's all the destiny. But when you say that, you lose all the excitement. It's all predetermined. There's no excitement left. So there's a drama. That's what Kaikeyi became.
Swamiji, Rishi Munis used to go up to the mountains and kind of isolate themselves. Do you think there's merit in that? Like we are very much in the social stream of main life.
This is quite all right where you are, but a time does come when this social stream becomes an obstacle to you. The social stream helps you to grow, and when it serves the purpose, everything has a purpose. When the purpose is served, then you're cooking khichdi. You require fire. But when the cooking is done, fire served the purpose, you will turn it off. So this fire also should be turned off when it has served the purpose. Then they go to forest or mountain or whatever. So typically in the fourth stage of life they would go away to the kings, and many people would go to forest in the third or fourth stage of life. So all this samsara has something to contribute to our life. but it's not to be perpetuated. So if we wisely live through samsara, then we are able to grow out of it. It is not a matter of discarding it or rejecting it. It's a matter of growing out. Growing out means what? It has served the purpose. I'm comfortable without it. Not that I'm turning away from it, or I'm discarding it, I'm rejecting it, no. I'm happy with what it has done to me, now I'm ready to proceed further. So you're in high school, you don't discard high school, you know the high school has served the purpose, now you're ready to go to university. Something like that. So then there should not be insistence that no, high school is most important, I'll stay only here. You will not do that. There need not be justification. At the same time, one can be in the school as long as required, until one is ready to go to university. That also is true. That means there is no time limit, there is no this is the time and this is the age, etc. It all varies with individual to individual. It makes several number of lifetimes to finish the high school diploma. In fact, Bhagavatam says that everything is the result of Lord Krishna's will. Meaning that he made Kauravas, Duryodhana, treat Pandavas in such a manner that Pandavas would get angry and ultimately they would fight and destroy each other. So his job was to wipe out all this burden. Apparently, some of the Kshatriyas had become very they had become very arrogant. Adharma was prevailing. And therefore, his job was to remove the burden of adharma. This Bhagavatam says. So Lord Krishna destroyed so many lineages. Kamsa, Jarasandha, Kaliyavana, so many lineages already destroyed. Only thing that remained was Yadavas, equally powerful and equally arrogant. But they were all Lord Krishna's own people. Now we can't destroy them. He says, what do I do with this? Before I leave this earth, they should also come to an end. Otherwise, after my departure, they have become so arrogant and they are so powerful that nobody can conquer them. Then they will just create a riot here. And I can't destroy them. So what should you do? They should destroy each other. Like in a forest, bamboo forest, typically. These bamboos, because of the wind, they rub against each other. Spark is created and that destroys the whole forest. Similarly, these Yadavas like bamboos create friction among themselves and destroy the whole forest. That's what it did. So, as the Bhagavatam, Bhakti Shastra would say, everything is done by Ishvara. That's also a way of interpreting things. Everything is prarabdha, everything is esteem, everything is will of God.
So when everything is prarabdha, and when prarabdha is exhausted, you die. Where does the agami come in?
You see, whatever karma you are performing now, in this lifetime, which have not yet yielded their results, they all get accumulated. So karma that you perform now, in this lifetime, many of them yield the outcome in this lifetime itself. But many of them do not. So they all get accumulated. They are called agami karma. They got added into the accumulated sanchita karma.
But you, the person, don't know which is which, agami or prarabdha, right?
No, what I am doing now is all agami. Meaning what I am doing now will definitely add to my total storage of karma. I already have the storage from the past, accumulation from the past. And what I am doing will further contribute to that accumulation. That I know. But when something happens to me now, I have no way of saying or knowing which particular karma did what. Meaning that, why is it happening to me now? Many people ask this question, why? Swami, my mother was such pious lady, she has never hurt anybody. Why does she shoot it apart? We don't know. What did she do? We don't know. What did anybody do? We don't know. Meaning that the present is the result of the past. Oh, what kind of a past was it? There is no way for us to say that. We just say that there must be some reason. There is a song which says, Kuch karan hoga. Some cause must be there. That one bag is full of flowers, other bag is full of thorns. Why is it so? Some reason must be there.
Swamiji, in your talks at Mrs. Etobicoke, you were talking about how, we tend to make these little compromises, seemingly little compromises, but that's what results in accumulative
Effects.
effect. So that's what our life is really, we just unnecessarily building up our pot of misery, I guess.
We do?
So to be free from that, not to be free from that, but that's our goal, we're trying to be leading a better lives. I guess we have to talk less, interact less, eat less, do everything less.
Either that or do everything properly. Meaning that you do what you do, but try to make sure that it's done with the right attitude. Changes take place in attitude. Talking less may help, but will not solve it. Ultimately, the attitude has to change.
So that's where the free will comes in, that we can change our attitude.
Yes, correct. That freedom we have. So that is where the teaching helps us and shows us the value of those attitudes. And when you see the value of that, then we have the incentive to change. What's the time?
9:15. 9:15.
9:15.
9:15. So shall you have some bhajan, something?
Okay.
Hmm.